From the heart of Bulldog Country, this is Sports Central on Bulldog Sports TV, brought to you by Harrison County Community Hospital. We're your weekly home for in-depth coverage, highlights, and insider insight on everything South Harrison Bulldogs. Whether it's game-winning moments or what's coming up next, Sports Central is your front row seat to it all. It's time to break it down, fire it up, and celebrate Bulldog pride like never before. Let's join your host, CF Rainey.
All right, we're coming to you a little early on Sports Central night. There is South Harrison Sports Banquet tonight, and so want to make sure I can get out to that for all the fall sports, for golf, football, softball, volleyball, and cheer. And so coming just a little bit early as we're just starting our winter season. And so we live streamed our first basketball game last night. Big wins for both boys and girls over Trenton. And we'll talk about that here in a moment. Also wrestling. If you haven't already, we got an interview with South Harrison wrestling coach Casey McFall. That is on Facebook and YouTube. We've also recorded an interview with Kel Watson, South Harrison varsity girls coach. Tonight, after the sports banquet, we'll be doing an interview with Coach Aaron Fitzpatrick, a boys varsity basketball coach. And we'll get both those on tomorrow, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. But wanted to jump on a little bit early and just talk to you just a minute about what's going on so far as we're getting ready to start our winter season with basketball. And we've had basketball last night. We'll have basketball next week versus Gallatin at home. And then we'll also have basketball afterwards, including the entire South Harrison basketball tournament, and that's every game, not just the South Harrison games, but every single game will be live streaming on Bulldog Sports TV, so make sure to tune in to all that. A couple wrestling meets that will be hosted at home as well. And so I want to get over here as we're talking about everything and just look at wrestling. And so wrestling started at Creston back on December the 4th up in Iowa. They went and competed against Lennox and Creston and Woodward Granger, another Iowa school. Then they were at Marceline in their second meet, that tournament, and that information is up on the screen right now. And you see what South Harrison did there. Cray Coffey at 215 was champion there in the boys varsity bracket. Ethan Smith at 190 got second. Tallis Marshall at 126 placed fourth. Then the boys B bracket, Dawson Pelletier at 132 won that. And then 3 second place finishes there with Ian Mode at 150, Tate Akins at 165, and Leon Caspian Jinks at 190. And then on the girls' side, Serena Lurton, a freshman, third place there at 100. And Amber Criley, first place there at 130 in the B bracket. And so wrestling doing well. And again, if you haven't already checked it out, make sure that you check out our interview with Coach Casey McFall that we posted today. We'll be doing those weekly and get those out with Coach McFall for wrestling, both boys and girls, and then Kel Watson and Aaron Fitzpatrick with basketball. And then I want to get over this. So this is, and I know we just started the GRC standings as far as games, and not every team has played yet. You see there are a few teams that haven't played a GRC game to this point, and we're really early in the season. But you see both South Harrison teams, girls and boys, did great last night by getting victories over Trenton. South Harrison girls 59-27 win over Trenton, so a big win for the South Harrison Lady Bulldogs last night. They were led by Bailey Barnett with 17, Piper Malloy with 12, Lexi Hunter with 9, Rory Fitzgerald with 8, and Briley Sherrill with 7. And so South Harrison ladies had nice balanced scoring to get the big win last night over Trenton to go up 1-0. That gets them to 2-3 on the season. And they will play tomorrow night at Maryville, Friday night at Brookfield. And so they'll have another GRC team. And then we'll be live streaming their games next Tuesday, South Harrison versus Gallatin. And so you see Gallatin right there at 1-0 as well. Marceline 4-1 on the season, 1-0 in the conference, and that's coming up before Christmas break. Another big GRC matchup for the South Harrison Lady Bulldogs, just looking at the girls' standings. with those three teams on top, Marceline, South Harrison, Gallatin. I think if you were to look at preseason numbers, those would probably be three of the teams that you would look at to be on top of the conference on the ladies' side. And then boys standing, no surprise, Gallatin boys 1-0, and they're 6-0 on the season. And again, preseason, that would be the team you would have looked at with all they were returning to be up there at the top. South Harrison boys got that win last night. Let me look at my numbers here. It was an overtime win, and it was a great win for South Harrison. Some big shots hit down the stretch for the South Harrison Bulldogs to beat the Trenton Bulldogs 67-61. And Jet Cornett with 18, Paxton Pack with 16, Trevor Henry with 14, Kel Taggart with 11, and Brody Templeton with 8. And the amazing thing about that is Kel Taggart, 4 in overtime. Brody Templeton, 4 in overtime. Kel Taggart also had some big free throws at the end of regulation to make sure South Harrison got an opportunity to either win or play an extra quarter there in overtime. And so a huge win from South Harrison. Trenton was paced by Elijah Miller, 20. He fouled out. South Harrison did a good job of taking the ball to him late, as he was tough to handle on the block for South Harrison, but they did a good job of taking the ball to him, got him out of the game, and then able to win that by 6, 67-61 again there in overtime. And so let me look over at my schedule here. And so South Harrison Lady Bulldogs at Maryville, right? Boys and girls, both these games will be boys and girls. At Maryville Thursday, at Brookfield Friday, Gallatin next Tuesday, which will be on Bulldog Sports TV, and then at Marceline before Christmas break for the girls and boys. So you'll see some opportunity in the standings there for both teams, as they'll be playing Gallatin and Marceline here in the next few weeks. Brookfield in there as well. And very, very few teams on either side with winning records. Marceline at 4-1, and then on the girls' side, Maysville at 3-2. The only two teams with winning records. South Harrison, especially on the girls and boys' side, that Savannah tournament playing against teams that are 4A, 5A, and so sometimes those affect your record early while you're playing better competition. And then on the boys' side, Gallatin at 6-0, then South Harrison, Marceline, Maysville all at 3-2 with winning records, and those are the only teams with winning records there. And so South Harrison will be playing Gallatin and Marceline here in the next few weeks, this week and next week before Christmas break. And the other thing I want to share real quick, and I know we jumped on a little early, over Christmas break, we're planning to do some special things. Hopefully, we've talked to a few South Harrison alumni and try to get some interviews and things on with them. If there's anything you would like to hear about, or are there former South Harrison Bulldogs you'd like to hear from, send us a message, comment on these videos, mention it somewhere on our Facebook page, send us a direct message on Facebook, comment on YouTube or Facebook, either one. Let us know, hey, I'd like to hear from a former Bulldog, someone I played with in the past, or members from certain teams in the past. We have some connections, and we're going to try to work some of those, especially over Christmas break when things slow down a little bit. See if we can get a few of those interviews done and get those out. And excited about that, and excited about South Harrison sports as we're here in these winter seasons with basketball and wrestling. We appreciate everyone that jumped on early. Thankful again to all of our sponsors. Sports Central brought to you by Harrison County Community Hospital, and all of our sponsors that help us get on with all of our content. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, right? Subscribe on YouTube, share our content when you can. And especially if you know someone from some of these other schools, we'll be playing Gallatin next Tuesday. We'll be live streaming that. If you know someone from Gallatin that maybe has family from outside the area, share that we'll be live streaming. All those things help the algorithm, help us to be better seen, and all of those things. Appreciate all of our sponsors, family sponsors. We'll talk more about those as we go on. This is kind of an abbreviated version, as I've got to go get ready for the sports banquet tonight, but want to make sure to get this out, talking about basketball and wrestling. We appreciate you all. We'll see you next Tuesday as we'll live stream the basketball games versus Gallatin. But make sure to check out our coaching interviews. Coach Casey McFall, wrestling is already on. Both basketball coaches will get those on tomorrow, and we will see you later, and go Dogs.